It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan with me tonight. Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And Allie LaForce is reporting on the sideline. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics.
And for the matchup with the Heat, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. In the front court, the forwards Mathurin and Siakam. Tyrese Haliburton is out there with Aaron Nesmith. And it's Toppin in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Celtics, dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. Derek White is out there with Anthony Simons. And it's Williams at the center position. Stan, when you look at these teams on paper, there's a clear talent discrepancy.
Yeah, but Kevin, games aren't won on paper. And if you're the underdogs, most people have already written you off. So you go out and play free with no pressure and use all of that public doubt as motivation.
Tatum's shot is off. And so it's Haliburton who brings up the ball for Indiana. It's a three-point game. Siakam, right side. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
It's important that Siakam plays with confidence from there. I mean, when he does, the results are often like that one.
Now here's Tatum. Coming off 31 points last game. A three-pointer off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. We got to talking about Pascal Siakam. I'll be honest, I love his game, coach said, but we have to look for ways to stop him. I'm hopeful we can disrupt his rhythm and push him off his spots. So not letting Pascal get what he wants is the game plan here. Kevin?
Thank you, Allie. And the Pacers with possession here after the basket by Boston. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Three-pointer, Simon. Siakam pulls it in.
Yeah, they're still looking for some cohesion offensively.
Pass to Mathurin. Now Toppin. And here is Siakam. Cranes the three, and yes, he'll go to the line for one more. That's on Jaylen Brown. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Indiana.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And another thing coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
And it just seems like the Pacers have really shaken up the league, Greg, with their fast-paced, aggressive style.
Well, Tyrese Haliburton and Pascal Siakam, two star players who thrive in this up-tempo style. And if you look at the roster around them, the pieces fit.
Williams can't hit.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively, 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
Back to Siakam. Tapping a screen on Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. Toppin finds Haliburton. No good on the triple. And it's Williams with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 10. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Nothing is better than winning on the road in this league. It's so difficult. You savor every one of those.
There's Siakam after the basket by Boston. And the rejection by Tatum.
Outstanding defense from Tatum. You know he can protect the rim. You love that from a win. We'll talk about graceful. He reaches out and gently drops in the finger roll.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Siakam. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Here's White. The shot's good. Brown making the play. White's got 5 points so far.
Well, we've seen an uptick in volume from White at the arc. He's more confident than ever from that range.
Outside for Halliburton. Pass to Neesmith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Mathurin. Lays it up off the glass.
And inside, Mathurin makes great use of his agility, developing some instincts for how to get around in traffic.
Celtics trail by 7. Up top, Tatum. Covered by Siakam. A kick out to Simon. And the 3 off target. Indiana's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Tatum finds Brown. It's good from long range.
Yeah, over the years, Brown has decreased how many corner threes he takes, but he's still really good for them.
Now, here's Neesmith. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Toppin. Halliburton for 3. Buries it from three-point range. Halliburton's got his second basket of the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Changes there for the Celtics. Chris Boucher's checked in for Williams. And it's Pritchard in for Anthony Simons. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Off's checked in. Walker comes in for Pascal Siakam. Andrew Nembhard's checked in for Benedict Mathurin. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Neesmith. Now, here's Boucher. And it's blocked. They retain possession. Three-pointer, Pritchard hits the three-point bomb.
Well, he's such a natural talent. Has all the skill needed to produce at a high level.
Pacers leading by 4. Here's Halliburton. Can't get it to fall.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And that one's good. Tatum.
Well, look. Tatum has the length and strength to do damage in there.
Pass to Huff. Here's Halliburton. From 13 feet, it goes down. Halliburton's got 8 points.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
There's Brown with the 3. The Pacers pull it in. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Kevin. The Pacers are all about winning. And Coach Rick Carlisle said, our young players are having to earn their way. They're not being given anything. It's the only way to do things, in my opinion. If you want to build championship habits, you got to do it on a merit-based, accountability type of basis. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. And when Tyrese Halliburton entered the NBA, Greg, scouts were worried about his shot release point.
It's definitely lower than you would teach, but by the same token, that's why he gets it off so quickly, making it a tough shot to contest.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Halliburton with the bucket.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. It's a 3-point game. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Pritchard against McConnell. Pass to Huff. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Nembhard the pass to Walker. A 3. Cranes the three-pointer. And the Pacers lead by 3.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Tyrese Halliburton has been on display for Indiana. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll return shortly. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at the Pacers' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
Here's Pritchard. 11 points for him in that last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
There's Boucher out there with Williams. Then there's Sam Hauser. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Shireman in at the 2-guard spot. That's the Boston 5.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
Pritchard, that one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Pritchard's got 8. Siakam against Boucher. And it's Walker that time on the assist by Siakam.
And Walker with the size and strength to straight up move you out of his way.
Pritchard passes to Boucher. Back to Pritchard. Pass to Shireman. Jacks up a 3. And he stays with it. Now Williams. 3-pointer, Pritchard. And the 3 ball is good. 11 points in the game.
He's already got 9 points from 3-point range. They need to pay attention to him wherever he is.
Siakam, that's good.
And the handles and confidence of Siakam both have grown just so much. Zero hesitation taking that one to the rack.
Now here's Williams, coming off a stellar performance against Toronto. Pritchard against McConnell. Nembhard for 3. That's good. It's McConnell with the assist. McConnell's got 3 assists tonight. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
Hey, Boston, let's get loud for Celtics Entertainment.
Let's take a look at the number of second chance points these teams have had over the last month. These guys never give up on a possession. The Pacers in fifth.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
Celtics trail by 6. Outside, Simon. Plays it up and banks it in.
Wow, fancy stuff from Anthony Simon.
And so it's Indiana with it. They've led by as much as 10. Next up in the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. And he's good on the 3-ball.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Here's Pritchard. 11 points in the game. Pass to Williams. Back to Pritchard. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. That's no good, but just his first miss in 5 shots. And a wide open look for Siakam. And Indiana, another 3. Every coach has their own philosophy, but Stan, you were telling me that it might not always align with their team style of play.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think there's a difference between philosophy and style of play. And I think what you have to understand, philosophy are those immutable things that you think will win games regardless of the style. So that'll never change, but your style has to be fitted to your personnel.
Celtics trail by 13. To stop the run, driving in, and Pritchard with the lay-in. Pritchard's got 13 points.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
And so the timeout here taken by Rick Carlisle. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup.
Nice try, all good.
We get a chance to check out some stats for Jason Tatum.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Halliburton converts inside.
For a skinny guy, Halliburton has a lot of confidence inside. In fact, he's confident at everything he does.
Celtics trail by 13. Pritchard passes to Williams. The Pacers pull it in. Siakam's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And despite all the accolades, GA, is it possible that Pascal Siakam is underrated?
Absolutely. Spicy P is one of the best two-way players in the league. Exceptionally versatile, and his impact goes beyond his impressive stat line.
Now Pritchard. He's got 13. Outside, Simons. Here's Hauser. Hits it from three-point range.
Well, it seems like Simons is always keeping his options open, always willing to make the pass instead of taking the shot.
Halliburton with the bucket.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And so it's Pritchard who brings the ball up for Boston. Down by 15. Simons finds Hauser. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
A nice shot by Halliburton.
He's going to force them to have to make adjustments. That's number 4 in terms of triples in the half.
To the left side wing. And Pritchard launches it from deep. Indiana making some changes. Jackson, he's checked in for Siakam. And Aaron Nesmith subbed in for Andrew Nembhard. Pacers leading by 15. It's stolen by Pritchard. Here's Tatum. Oh, and that's jammed by Tatum.
That's a big-time move by Jason Tatum. I don't know how many style points you give him on that one.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. Now, here's Halliburton. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. Pass to Nesmith. Now, Halliburton. Back to Nesmith, and stolen by Simon. Tatum with it. Halliburton picks him up, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, we got to go back to that nice play to get the steal. You can see how quick Simons is with his hands.
The Pacers shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the floor.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high-percentage looks.
Now, here's Tatum. 11 points in the game. Ah, there's Tatum's range on display.
Oh, boy. Tatum has ways to hurt you from every area on the floor.
There's 1:17 left in the first half. Here's Halliburton. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
1:06 left to play in the first half. Outside, Simon. And here's Brown outside.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
So it's Boston now. The Pacers making the shot. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
The Celtics shooting their first foul shot of the night. Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. Light comes in for Pritchard. And Indiana with the change here, too. Bradley's checked in.
No shot.
He throw good. Simon.
Well, you have to appreciate a high-octane player like Anthony Simons. He runs the floor and just outworks other guys every chance he gets.
Mathurin with the ball. He's covered by Brown. Good on the three-point shot. Halliburton's got 29 in the game.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Brown with the bucket.
Well, Brown returning the favor. That three at the other end didn't sit well with him.
Halliburton inside the three-point line. Not this time.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for the Celtics, Jason Tatum. At the line for 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Tatum. And so Tatum nails them both. Halliburton with it from deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Indiana ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Well, we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm here with Coach Rick Carlisle. Coach, what's the message that you're going to deliver to the guys in the locker room?
You know, we just got to maintain energy. We're playing against a team that's a really good team. We got to keep turnovers down. We got to rebound.
Energy is something you can control. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Allie, for that. And, folks, we'll be back with you after this short halftime break. So don't go away.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games. And we're going to take a moment to talk about something. I've been seeing Shaq's face everywhere lately. Kenny, do you think it's fair to say Shaq is the king of sponsorships?
Interesting question, Ernest. Shaq, I do see you a lot in a lot of commercials, but I don't know if I call you the king of anything.
Ernie is right. I am indeed the king of sponsorship. Everybody wants the big diesel stamp of approval.
Shaq, you ever think of doing any pro bono work? I've got a neat spot that I think you'd be perfect for.
Where's that restaurant at?
Let's swing it back now to that fantastic first half from Tyrese Halliburton.
Not every fan knows about Halliburton, but the league knows. He can shoot it, he can pass it, and he has the length to defend. So valuable to this team, Shaq.
Yeah, it feels like he's just getting started on a fabulous career. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Celtics trail by 9. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Neesmith on the wing. He's paired with Mathurin. He'll be topping out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Halliburton in at the point. And so here is Indiana. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Halliburton's got 31.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Simons finds Williams. Count that one.
Well, looking at Simons' assist numbers, they've skyrocketed over his time in the NBA.
Pacers leading by 7. And here is Neesmith. Halliburton outside. Siakam sets a screen for Halliburton. Drills the three-pointer. Halliburton's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession. Yeah, very hot start out of halftime, making their first 3 shots, getting the looks that they want, and knocking them down.
Pass to Halliburton. Shot clock at 5. Shoots the 3, and again it's Indiana converting.
And I'll give this to Halliburton. He's been in attack mode all night.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
a chance to check out numbers for Pascal Siakam. This last month, he's been positively spectacular, averaging about 24 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. And with his skill set on the offensive end, he is such a threat on the floor.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that makes life easier for his teammates. He demands so much defensive attention.
Sweet touch inside from Brown.
Well, they came out of the locker room with a purpose. 4 for 4 already in the half.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With the Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thank you, guys. Tyrese Halliburton is so key for this team. He said, quote, "I think the biggest pressure I've ever had in my entire life is from myself. When I'm at my best is when I'm having fun and really competing on a nightly basis. I have to show up every day with a smile on my face and bring my infectious personality." Guys, back to you.
He sets the tone. Okay, Allie, thanks.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Pass to Williams. And here's Tatum for 3. Good. And a nice assist for Williams. Williams has got his 4th assist in this one. Indiana leading by 4. Now, here's Toppin. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. And he makes that one. Halliburton's got 38 points. Here's Simons. He has 7. There's the drive. And the slam dunk by Simons.
So quick. Simons using that burst to get to the rim.
Pacers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. And Derek White picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Indiana with it. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And Toppin throws it down.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And with that shot, the Indiana lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Brown.
That's just Jaylen Brown putting in the work in close.
Here's Siakam. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
So it's Boston now. Here's Simons. He's got 9. And the slam dunk by Simons.
The vertical of Simons getting all the way up to the rim.
Pacers leading by 4. Siakam a screen on White. Halliburton outside. Wide open look. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Well, they wouldn't be in the position they're in without his contribution. He has tormented this defense tonight.
Celtics passing it around. Got that one up quick. White's got 8 points.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
Nesmith with the bounce pass. Here's Siakam. And he drops it in from the low post. 20 points for Siakam.
He skipped it to perfection, utilizing the hard work.
Now here's White. 8 points for him. Simons kicks to White. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Well, you know what's going to happen when he gets a good look. The defense has got to run him off the line.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. 8-point game. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Pacers.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
And another stat that they've excelled at is points off assists. They're moving the ball around and creating great looks for one another.
And finished off by Walker.
When Jarris Walker stuffs it, we feel those bucks over here.
Celtics trail by 8. Brown outside. Beyond the arc. And White, the bucket on the assist by Brown. Brown's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Benedict Mathurin.
And the trend is exactly what you want to see. Consistently moving up. Not only is he improving his own skills year to year, he's been more and more confident in letting the offense come from him out there.
Nembhard against Brown. It's Brown on the wing. Here's Huff. Down low. Outside for Halliburton. Six to shoot. Pass to Huff. Here's McConnell. No good with the triple.
Excellent work defensively. That's how you guard a three-point shooter of his caliber.
And guys, really no surprise to see Brown flourishing on offense. He is just fearless on that end.
1:14 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Huff. Halliburton for 3. Hands it from downtown. Halliburton's got 43 points.
Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And some changes here for the Celtics. Chris Boucher's checked in for Tatum. Sam Hauser comes in for Brown. And it's Pritchard in for Derek White. Robinson Earls checked in for Indiana. Pritchard with the ball. He's covered by McConnell. Here's Williams, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the game.
Boston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the first one at the line is good. The Pacers making a switch here. Nembhard's checked in. And both free throws good for Williams. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Halliburton on the wing. 43 points in the game.
With everything he does, Halliburton is a nightmare for opposing defenses.
Pass to Hauser. Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. Hauser's got 9 points.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stat. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
Well, he's firing away with confidence from downtown. The defense better adjust to this, and fast.
Halliburton for 3, and another 3 for Indiana.
And you can see he's found his rhythm here in the third quarter. You can just sense the uptick in confidence. Everything he puts up from long range seems to be going.
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Pacers lead by 6. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Out on the wings for him, it'll be Simons and Brown. Then there's Chris Boucher. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Queta in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Boston 5. Now, here's Boucher. Following the miss by Pascal Siakam. Simons finds Pritchard. Off target from outside. And here is Brown, guarded by Walker. For the three. And Peyton Pritchard with the three.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Siakam's shot is off.
Well, 3 triples in the first half, but he seems to have gone cold from distance since the break.
Brown outside. Queta, another shot. It's hauled in by Huff.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
To the middle. It's tipped. Walker against Brown. Three-pointer, Pritchard. It's rebounded by Indiana. Huff's got 4 rebounds in this game. Siakam with it, and Simons picks him up defensively. McConnell against Boucher. Huff. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 3. Simons, the pass to Pritchard. To tie it up. Number 12 goes in. He's made 7 out of 12 now.
Well, that brings his total to 5 makes from beyond the arc for the game. Feeling some confidence from Wayne.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinate and intent. And some changes here for the Celtics. Einard's checked in, and it's White in for Pritchard. Halliburton's checked in for Indiana. And now Hallie Lepore says something for us from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle, and Coach had a very specific message for his guys. He said, quote, control what we can control. Play our game, and the rest will take care of itself. Solid message, if you ask me.
And Allie, thanks so much. Now, here's McConnell. Now, Siakam. Halliburton outside. Again, what an avalanche. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. They played a great fourth quarter defensive, allowing only 3 points. White, good.
Sometimes you just know it's coming. White couldn't wait to let that one fly. Respond to the 3 on the other end.
Now, here's McConnell. Halliburton kicks to Walker. Pass to McConnell. Fires from the line. Count that bucket. McConnell's got his first bucket of the night.
Rising to the occasion. He found a way to get himself open and get his shot.
Nice job taking the initiative. Coaches will encourage you to take that if you have a good look.
Halliburton for 3. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Brown outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks Chelsea.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. McConnell passes to Halliburton. Outside, Walker fires for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Halliburton's got 5 assists tonight. Celtics trail by 5. And White kicks to Simons. Puts up a deep 3. White, good. White's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, we've seen White's confidence as a scorer grow over time, which is why he stays aggressive when he catches fire. Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Up again. The kick out to Simon. Brown right side. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Pass to Minot. Here's White. Bangs home the trifecta. White's got the lead up to 1 now for Boston.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Here's Siakam for 3. The shot is off.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Simon. White outside. Takes the 3. Here's Minot. Jaylen Brown. Off target from outside. McConnell against Simon. McConnell scanning the floor. Puts up the 3. Buries the deep ball.
What a time for him to step up. Big 3 right there.
Well, guys who can make big shots at the end of games have become a necessity in this league.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Several teams changing it up here. Here's Brown. Tatum. Down he goes for 3.
Well, we talk about icing his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Now, here's Siakam. Now, Toppin.
It's an unpredictable guard. Halliburton has a great feel for when to score and when to pass.
.139 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now Williams. White outside. From deep. Knocks down the 3.
He's been in a big spot or two. Get it to NBA champ Derek White.
Here's Siakam. And it misses. Outside Tatum. Shoots the 3. It's good.
What a big-time bucket. Tatum stepping up as a leader and coming through for his team.
Now, here's Siakam. Fires the 3, and there's the 3.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure? Well, you know who their number one option is when they need a big bucket. And Tatum rarely disappoints.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Outside, Siakam. They double-team Siakam. Mathurin knocks down the 3.
And wow, Mathurin, the youngster, making his presence known.
A lot is on the line here.
Crowd is so focused.
Now here's Tatum. Launches it. Tatum, a 3 of his own.
No stranger to the big moment. What a play there from Tatum.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Now Siakam. Off the glass.
and delivering in the clutch. Siakam with zero fear, wanting the ball when it matters most.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, that's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
At the line for two, Anthony Simons.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
A very successful visit to the line for him. Now this is a 2-possession game.
Time call here. Indiana decides to talk it over. There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
Halliburton fired and got it. Another basket.
And what a night. Arguably the best in franchise history.
Tying the franchise mark for most points in a game. The next basket breaks it.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Absolutely need a 3 here.
And this is an advantage of having size in the backcourt. Halliburton using that length to cause trouble.
First one drops, and that brings them within 2 here. Halliburton hits them both.
Well, this is what he does. When you need him to come through, he answers the call.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. Good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
That was a giant trip to the line.
Halliburton connects again from distance.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive the next one's going to go in. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And he knows there's no room for mistakes. He wants everyone on the same page. Got it up in time. Oh, he got it to go!
That was incredible.
I can't believe it. How in the world can you end the game on a shot like that?
And So it's Boston scraping by with the win. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Let's now hear from Allie LaForce, who is courtside with our player of the game.
Thanks, Jason. This team is on a roll. Plenty of energy on the sidelines. How much fun are you having out there?
Winning is fun. Hopefully we can keep it up, especially at home. We don't want to let our fans down. We got the best fans in the league. They give us all the energy in the world. So, we appreciate it.
Doing it for the fans. Thanks, Jason.
Great job. Thanks for that, Allie. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jason Tatum.